Joe Hopkins here, and today's video, because I go over different budget guitar companies and where to get guitars, where, what brands are good and whatnot. So today I thought I'd talk about a company I've talked about before, Xaviere guitars, right? They sell them at guitarfetish.com, and I'll include slick guitars with this because they also sell slick guitars at Guitar Fetish, and, they're pretty similar, right? Slick guitars have... Slick's name on it. Was it Earl Slick? Earl Slick, I think. Anyway, famous guitarist. Xavier is Guitar Fetish's store brand, but why would you buy one of these, right? So I thought I'd go over some of the reasons. First of all, the Xavier guitars actually are like really traditional style guitars, most of them. This is about as Telecaster-y as you can get without buying a Fender. Like, this is a Telecaster. I've bought and played other budget Telecasters, and they're always a little less Telecaster-y, I guess I could say. They always got, like, other options on them, or they got a humbucker on it, or, this little ashtray down here. On most of the others is flat, and this actually has like the metal surround. It's actually got the full metal surround like on a classic style Telecaster. And it's the same way with their Les Paul style guitars and their Strats, and pretty much everything they have is really, really traditional. Usually they got a lot of the traditional style colors at a very reasonable price, and they're very well built. That's the other thing. They're very well built. The slick guitars are pretty much the same thing, just they tend to be like the antiqued, the aged, what they call them, relict. That's right, more of the relict style. And the Xaviers are more like what you'd buy if you got a brand new Fender or a Gibson. But they all are very traditional type guitars, which a lot of the guitar companies out there making budget guitars are trying to amp it up a bit, put other features on stuff and make them cooler, wilder colors. A lot of them aren't terribly traditional anymore because they're trying to get that attention. Whereas Xavier is just the classic old school style of guitars, which I appreciate, I like. And the other good things about them, you get it, and it's set up really well. I bought this, and I bought an acoustic guitar from them. The acoustics are also rather traditional, although they have their Tonewood series, traditional style guitars, but with like fancier woods and that kind of stuff. But especially their electric guitars are just standard, but very, very well built. This is like what you'd get from Fender. Their Les Paul style guitars are like what you would get from Gibson, and they got hollow bodies, and they even have really cool, I think this is, the big body jazz guitars, like the big rockabilly, full-size hollow body guitars, like they made way back in the day, right? And not a lot of people are making them anymore, which is neat. I've noticed at Guitar Fetish, they're sold out a lot of times. I think when they get them in, people buy them. Probably because you can't find those, just anywhere without spending a small fortune. So, yeah, well constructed, good prices. I paid $200 for these. I think they're like $220 now plus shipping, which isn't a lot. Shipping with them isn't a ton of money like it is with some places. And it came set up. They didn't advertise a setup, but it was set up really well. So was my acoustic guitar. So, they do a setup. And the other really great thing about Xavier is Guitar Fetish puts their parts on them, right? I mean, it's manufactured in China, I'm pretty sure, right? I can't find on here where it says it, but I'm pretty sure the initial manufacturer is in China, but they're Guitar Fetish parts, right? So like bridge, pickups, all that stuff, they sell all the parts so that it's easy to change things out. And like this is their quick plug pickups. So if I wanted to change out the pickups, I could buy a different set of Telecaster pickups and just take the pickups out, and there's a plug in there. Just unplug them, plug in the new ones, put them in, and you're good to go. It makes it easy to change stuff out. So let's say you want a Les Paul, but you get it, you're like, I want hotter pickups. As long as you get their quick plug pickups in your guitar, man, it's easy. No soldering, no wiring, you just change it out. And they sell, you know, wiring harnesses and all that kind of stuff too. So in reality, I could change this out. I don't know. I haven't taken this off. I don't know how it's routed under here, but if it's routed big enough, I could put in a humbucker or one of those, you know, single coil gold foil pickups, the ones that are like humbucker size, but they're single coils, or P90s or whatever, right? And with the, I could change out the electronics and the pickups and everything without soldering and without a lot of trouble. So, you know, they sell parts. And that does make that really cool. So you have a well-constructed guitar at a very reasonable price. I mean, their guitars start at around $220, like for the Telecaster model, and go up. I think their most expensive one is like $600 some dollars, just over $600 for that big body jazz guitar. I think that's $500 or $600, something like that. So they're reasonably priced, right? Their Les Paul style guitars are like $300 and something. You know, a bit more than a Firefly, but less than most of the other brands. You know, falls right in line with Harley Benton and, you know, brands like that. So, yeah, why buy an Xavier? Because they're just good guitars, reasonably priced. And once again, man, I love the classic style. I bought SX. Isn't that what the brand is, from Rondo Music? I bought one of their Telecasters because I thought it was cool. It had a humbucker in the neck position, but yeah, that's a little more updated. It's still classic E, but has the humbucker, and you know, it's nice to get a good, well-built, classic style guitar. So if that's what you're looking for, man, they got it. Other brands got some classic style stuff too, but it is getting, it would seem to me, harder to find brands that just do the classics and do them right. And that's Guitar Fetish. Plus, I do love the pickups, man. They sound great on this guitar, which is definitely important, especially if you're doing clean tones. Telecasters are so good with clean tones, you know, or just at the edge of breakup. And you really want that clear, crisp tone. You don't want to have to, you know, mess with the EQ a lot when you go to mix, right? So there you go. Why buy an Xavier? Because I bought an Xavier. And they're good guitars. They're slick as pig shit, baby. So enjoy checking them out. I'll put a link to their website in the description below. Check out their electrics. Check out their acoustics. Check out the slick guitars. I really want to get one of them. I like the relic look. And relic guitars tend to cost a lot more than the regular guitars. But the slick guitars are really also reasonably priced, very reasonably priced. Also with the quick plug pickups, so if you get it and you don't like the way it sounds, it's easy to change it out. So there we go. Hey, in a sec here, there'll be an end screen, and I'm glad for you guys that watched all the way to this point. I'm thrilled. Check out the end screen. There's a reviews playlist where I review instruments, and you can check out my full review on that guitar and a bunch of others. And there's a songs playlist. Check out my songs, because I'm awesome. And subscribe to my channel, and love me, want me, watch me, enjoy me. I'm great. And I'll see y'all in the next video, okay? I love you guys. Peace out, baby. Bye-bye.